Hello and welcome back. Today is Health Tuesday on Hello Nigeria. For those who follow us every single week on Tuesday, we look at different health and fitness lifestyle tips. Now today to discuss arthritis with us, we have from Healthy Living Services, the founder, Dr. Ife Nwakwesi, and also a representative from Healthy Living Services as well, Dr. Chukwuemeka Okolie. You're most welcome. Thank you very much indeed for joining us this afternoon. Now we're talking about a health condition that we've seen a number of times, and particularly amongst older people, arthritis. So the first thing is, what is arthritis? People have different joint pains and they just self-diagnose as, oh, I have arthritis. But what really is arthritis?
Okay, well, arthritis, really, it's a general term to describe a couple of conditions. But generally, simply speaking, arthritis refers to inflammation of a joint. Yes, inflammation of a joint. It's as simple as there are about 100 documented types of arthritis. Inflammation of the joint simply could come from an injury to the joint. For example, you're playing football and then you suffer an injury, a sprain, a strain. And inflammation is a complex process. It then leads to swelling of the joint, stiffness of the joint. There are a couple of causes, hundreds of causes. So generally, arthritis, simply put, means inflammation of the joint. It's easily recognized most times by pain in the joint and stiffness of the joint,
so
simply put.
Why is it mostly associated with old people?
Okay, it is because with time, a good number of cases of arthritis are degenerative, of the degenerative type. So as you age, the body begins to degenerate, the bones inclusive. So the joints, the cartilage is the film, the layer between opposing bones that keeps both bones apart. So with time, as you age, the layer begins to wear thin. And so as people grow older, generally, those joints, the joint surfaces begin to get closer and closer. And, well, that's how nature made it, because as you get older, things begin to wear out. And so it's commonly associated with older people, although there are other types of arthritis that we see in younger people. Yes.
No, that's great. Now, there's some causative factors of arthritis, or perhaps people who are more prone to this. First of all, is it genetic? And then second of all, what are some of the lifestyle decisions we make that could make us predisposed to arthritis?
Okay, the causative factors are multifactorial. Yes, there's a genetic component to arthritis, a very strong genetic component. Secondly, your weight is also a major factor. There is a positive correlation between excess weight, obesity, and arthritic conditions. There's also a correlation between your level of activity and arthritis as well. So these are just a few lifestyle conditions. I would allow Dr. Ife Nwakwesi to come in at this point.
Let me come in here, because I'm actually an integrative medical practitioner, and we know that your lifestyle and your diet is very, very critical in the prognosis of all these chronic non-communicable diseases. Arthritis is one of those conditions that a lifestyle change and a different diet. Let me just put it this way. All the food we eat, most of our cooked food that we eat, mostly starches and proteins, they make our blood acidic. They lead to an acidic blood, okay? And because we do not drink enough water, we are mostly dehydrated, and our cells are not getting enough nutrients. Now, in that acidic environment, there are a lot of organisms in our bodies which would normally go and eat most of the food we have eaten, and they grow big, and they begin to release toxins in the body. Once the toxins are released in the blood, it travels from the blood to the different organs. If it comes to the joint, it gets accumulated. It starts off an inflammation. And what he was trying to say, it will actually affect the collagen, which is part of the cartilage that is in between bones. Yes. So that's when arthritis begins to set in. Another thing it does is that it interferes with the synovial fluid in the joint. So the lubrication is diminished. So it begins to cause a lot of discomfort. And another thing it also does is that it diminishes collagen production, because the enzymes that help in collagen production is compromised. And that is why we're saying that the best treatment for arthritis is actually from the alternative healthcare world. There's so many products all over the place that can treat arthritis. But the problem is that most of them are made up of glucosamine and what chondroitin.
Chondroitin, so.
And you have to take so many of those tablets.
I was going to come
Yes.
to treatment options.
Okay.
Is there hope? Could it be reversed? And what exactly, when you say alternative treatment, how exactly do you go about treating arthritis? And
Okay.
does it replace the collagen? Do you have to go for surgery?
Of course. I deal with very top nutritionists in America. And today there are products that if you take one of it every day, your arthritis within a week to 2 weeks will begin to get better. Within 2 months, 3 months, you get recovered. And basically, I always talk about fruits and vegetables. I have a friend that was actually in a wheelchair, and it was fruits and vegetables that got her up from the wheelchair. Yes.
So when you say fruits and vegetables,
Yes.
because the ordinary Nigerian eats a pawpaw here today, an orange there, pineapple, and we eat vegetable soup almost every day as Nigerians. So when you talk about fruits and vegetables, number one, what kind of fruits and vegetables, the quantity, and the frequency of eating this?
Well, the thing is that most Nigerians eat mostly starch and proteins.
Okay.
Our habit of taking enough fruits and vegetables,
What is enough fruits and vegetables?
I don't even know how to, but at least say 2 glasses of a fruit and 2 glasses of juice every day would help. Okay? But what is even most important is the drinking alkaline water. Because most of the bottled water we have are too acidic. You're drinking it and it's not getting into your cells. So you need to get an alkaline water that is antioxidant rich, because that's another thing I forgot to mention, the free radicals in the body that causes arthritis to set in. If you take fruits and vegetables, it has a lot of antioxidants. So it will be decreasing the free radical components in your body, and then generally you'll be feeling healthy. When I talk about arthritis, I'm talking about every other illness, because it's the one basic cause for all of them.
All right, wonderful. Now, with regards to, because this is very interesting, and I'm sure people who are watching out there, their ears perked up when you talk about the fact that we have wonder foods that can actually help them live healthily. We have had on this show someone come to speak about how eating fruits and vegetables frequently and solely, that was their only diet, helped to her father with stage 4 or stage 2 cancer. Yes, and I helped reverse it, and it's actually on remission now for many years afterwards. So, is it advisable? Some people say, okay, eat fruits twice a day as you get older and just 1 meal per day. Or do you make it a meal, or do you add fruits and vegetables to every single meal you eat? How do you infuse it, into your
Well, it depends
meals?
on what the person's energy level. Some people, they need to eat 3 times a day. I don't eat 3 times a day because I don't need it. I eat when I'm hungry. But what I do is that I fill I have my break times, and I make sure I drink a lot of juice and vegetables. So you can actually do, like, if you're the 3 times a meal person, in between the meals, you make sure you get enough fruits and vegetables. And it's not even advisable to drink the fruit with a meal.
Oh, really?
It's not advisable. It's always advised to take your fruits and vegetables 30 minutes before a meal.
30 minutes.
30 minutes before a meal, so that the digestive process will not be hampered.
Wonderful. So, not people eat fruits for dessert usually. So, would you say as a starter?
I think that is a very wrong thing to be doing, because once you do that, your digestive process becomes hampered, and you're not going to
Because it's
digest
mixed
the food
with
properly.
the
It mixes with the
food,
fruits
yeah.
and the sugar in it. Yes.
Right. Okay. So, fruits first,
Fruit
fruits and
first.
vegetables first. 30 minutes.
So
before your meal.
for you to have lunch, you can have maybe 11 o'clock another juice and vegetable juice, and then you'll be doing well.
All right, wonderful. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we have been speaking to Dr. Ify Nwakwesi of Healthy Living Services, and of course, she's here with Dr. Chukwuemeka Okolie as well from the same organization. Questions. Now, we spoke about what arthritis is, the inflammation of joints as we grow older, and it's usually found amongst older people. Talked about food and lifestyle choices that could actually help not just arthritis, but other diseases and illnesses that plague any age, really. All right, so we're talking about food, lifestyle, what we can do, and you talked about, is there anything, exercises, do they help with this condition?
Okay, let me start off a healthy living lifestyle like this. You really, really cannot be healthy if you don't have a spiritual balance, if you don't have a mental and emotional balance. It's so, so important, because those areas actually affect the body. Every system of the body affects the other. So the idea of the medical practice focusing on diseases as organ systems, I think we need to look at that paradigm. We need to move away from it because the body is interrelated as a whole. And every system of the body that is abnormal will affect the other body. So basically, of course, there are secrets of vibrant health. I always say it's spiritual balance, mental and emotional balance, working towards being positively programmed. Because a lot of people are so negatively programmed and it's affecting their immune system.
Can you just expand on that a little bit?
Well,
please?
you see, the mind-body relationship is being documented all over the world. That if you notice that there's some cancer patients that recovered from laughter. People they were laughing all the time and they recovered. So basically, the mind-body relationship is so critical. And if you're the kind of person that is so negatively programmed, you're not going to be well.
And allow Nigeria to get to you.
Yes.
Yeah, allowing all the negative, every time there are negative things happening around us. So you've got to be able to protect your brain. Don't allow all the negative thoughts that come in to get into your body. It's going to destroy you. So you need to be able to be positively programmed so that you don't become overwhelmed by your challenges, because there are challenges every day.
Very true.
And there are techniques. There's a book I'll recommend for every Nigerian, Awaken the Giant Within. If they can get that book by Anthony Robbins, it will teach them techniques of how they can be very positively programmed.
Awakening the Giant
Awaken the Giant Within is a book I am very much interested in because it's done a lot of things for me as a person.
Okay.
So now coming to the physical, what do you need to do to protect your physical self? First of all, you need to consult your doctor. That's where people like Dr. Kohli, I get my clients, they go see him first. We have an assessment of what the issues are. So we know what we're dealing with. Then if the patient needs drugs, we will prescribe drugs. But we look at the ultimate destiny of that patient. Is he going to be on drugs for the rest of his life? Are there other alternative methods we can introduce to him or her that can help him recover faster? That's where my nutritional products come in. I work with a very top nutritionist company in America. They have loads of products that can take care of diabetes, arthritis, whatever name you call it. Because you know something, every illness has an underlying nutritional imbalance, which must be corrected for effective healing to take place. So the idea of just giving drugs is no longer tenable. In Europe and America, there are doctors that are experienced in complementary medicine, conventional medicine, and complementary medicine, combining the two. Yeah. And that is what we're preaching, that we need to set up an integrative healthcare center in this country so that our doctors can learn the other aspects of medicine, so that when a patient comes, they can give the patient the very best. Then you talked about exercise. Of course, exercise is very critical because if you don't move your body, the cells of the organs are not going to get enough oxygen. But what is happening? People that are exercising are actually exercising at the detriment of their health. They are over-exercising. They are exceeding their target heart rate on a daily basis. And that's what killed Jim Okaraji. Do you remember Jim Okaraji?
Yes.
One of our footballers.
Remember
Samuel.
Sam
I was talking about Jim Fix.
Oh.
Jim Fix is a world-class athlete that just died while he was running. It was too much stress on the heart.
And we have heard a number of athletes who just dropped dead on the training ground.
And you think, oh, these are athletes, they're fit.
Yes, they're fit because they exercise all the time.
They go to the gym and they think that the more they do it, they're doing a good job. They are actually destroying their hearts. So they've got to realize that you don't exceed your target heart rate. Can I tell them how they can calculate their target heart rate? Yeah. It's 180 minus your age. If you do 180 minus your age, if you've been exercising for a long time, you add 10. If you're well, you add 10. If you're not feeling too well, you subtract 10. That's it. So you wear something like a heart rate monitor, or there's a watch that you can get to get your pulse. And you go to the gym. Once you are exceeding that target heart rate, you need to stop. You need to slow down.
That's very interesting.
So it's something that's called the cardio size fitness program. That is the exercise that actually enhances your health. Because you can be fit and not healthy. And you can be healthy and not fit.
I was going to say, the only thing we hear about is healthy and not fit.
Exactly.
Not fit and not healthy.
Exactly.
That's something new. Thank you very much for sharing that. Thank you. Now, with regards to advising people on how to maintain a healthy lifestyle, those who have done it, I love the fact that you've brought in the alternative side and not just medicines. Like you said, something that's going to stay with me, and I hope that people heard when you said that. Yes, is that nutrition for every medical condition. There's a nutritional, there's a nutritional aspect underlying it. So I'm really glad you've mentioned that.
Let me hear.
All right. So just to wrap up our conversation this afternoon, for those who are suffering from arthritis, you've mentioned healthy eating, you've mentioned supplements they could take, exercises they can run on. What are the other advice for older people who want to maintain a healthy lifestyle?
Okay. Do you want to come in here?
Let me just quickly put, she talked about activity, exercise. One of the keys, as regards management of arthritis is balancing activity with rest. That point cannot be overemphasized. Activity is good. We go to the gym, we want to keep fit. We want to make sure we are up to date with fitness, but it's also important to balance it with rest because you see, joints go through wear and tear. There's a lot of wear and tear from daily activities. And Nigeria, of course, is a case in point. There's so much wear and tear. Every day you come out, you get to the road, you're going to work, you're in your car, the bus driver hits you on this side, you're in a downfall, the conductor is screaming at you, and so on and so forth. There's so much wear and tear, you're moving up and down. And so it's important to also balance activity with rest. It's advised at least 6 hours of rest, sleep every day.
Oh gosh, please say that again because Nigerians definitely don't get it.
Yeah, and some people say, oh, if you're sleeping too much, you're lazy. And that's
I
not
will
true.
sleep when we die.
That's not true. At least 6 hours of sleep every day. These are things that will help you because your body, when you go to sleep, your body too goes to sleep. Your body goes to sleep, your cells regenerate, and so on and so forth. So it's important. And we'll just say that before we wrap up. Okay. Balance activity with rest. It is very, very helpful as regards management.
And can I come in briefly?
Yes.
That brings me to a topical issue, stress management. Nigerians, a lot of people are so stressed out. And we don't even practice meditations. We don't practice what is called progressive muscular relaxation. These are simple exercises that you can do at home to try and calm your mind so that when you go to bed in the night, you sleep like a baby. But I would always say that the most important thing in health enhancement for me is prayers. Because when you pray, you find out that you are better able to cope with your challenges. You are in a frame of mind to be able not to be overwhelmed by the stresses in your life. But I think that stress is a topical, and I'd like to talk to you people about stress some other time.
All right,
sure,
brilliant.
okay. Definitely welcome you to do that. It's been an absolute pleasure talking to you.
Thank you so
very
much.
And
Thank you.
for those who might want to contact you for further questions, do you have any social media handles?
Yes, we have an Instagram page, Healthy Living Services, and my email, is it important?
Yes.
My email is healthylivingservicesltd@gmail.com.
All right, brilliant. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
So if people have follow-up questions, they can reach out to you and ask you those questions.
Yeah, I prefer they send email so I can respond.
I don't
Healthy Living
Services LTD@gmail.com.
All right, lovely. Ladies and gentlemen, we have had the pleasure of Dr. Ifeanyi and Dr. Chukwuemeka Okolie from Healthy Living Services talk to us about not just arthritis, but general healthy living lifestyles and maintaining a healthy lifestyle as well. Again, this is Hello Nigeria. We will be wrapping up the show as a whole. We'll go on a quick break. When we come back, it's time to say goodbye.
To enjoy more of these our Ogbonge videos when you just watch, press this button to subscribe on top of our YouTube page. You go love am.